So I came into the town of Keller, Texas because I had a gig at Blue Line Winery. Now Keller is northwest of Dallas. It's actually a 40-minute drive from Dallas and closer to Fort Worth, just 30-minute drive away from Fort Worth. It's a pretty close shot to the DFW airport from there, just 20 minutes. Now when I was driving into town, I noticed some people hanging out, some booths up, so I decided to stop and check out what was going on. So I stopped at Keller Pointe, and from there you could take these trails, a pretty nice path, past some water, past a bunch of green trees and grass, some nature, where you could find a big old body of water just across from Keller Parks and Recreation. And near there, they had a whole car show, a bunch of people showing their vehicles, showing their fancy cars. So it was really fun to walk around and take a look at those cars. You could get a good vantage point of that Parks and Recreation building, right there at the intersection between Bear Creek Parkway and Town Center. So right there at Town Center, you could get a sense of some of the stores. Pretty cool looking stores there, and they had some cars on display there along that walk too. They had a bunch of booths up, so I was walking around the booths. They had crawfish for sale, a lot of folks eating crawfish, and they had some music going on too. So it was all a pretty cool, kind of surprising and fun thing to pop into to get an exposure of the town of Keller. But I decided to skip on the crawfish today, and I ended up finding some food at Maria Cucina's Mexican Cuisine. I'm always on the lookout for some Mexican food, and I found some here at this popular local spot. And from there, I went to Old Town Keller. Now, I forgot to mention, Keller was established in the 1880s. It was because it was part of a railway stop, and it also had a nice location next to the Trinity River. I found an antique store there, one of those things you kind of expect to find in an old town area. And they got some music places too. There's Keller Tavern and Shotzee's Bar and Grill. Both of those places are some good places for music. But so is Blue Line Winery, and that's just a short walk. It's part of Old Town as well. And that's where my gig was at, so I ended up heading over there. And I had a really good time. They got a good selection of wines there. And I just really had a good time hanging out in the back, playing with the breeze and the trees and the nature. And for some folks who were hanging out there that day.
I didn't move here, I got stuck here when my truck broke down on the side of the road. So I stayed here and got a job here, working all night at the Texaco. And now my life feels like a sad old country song. Everything I've known all along, well, it turned out right or it turned out wrong. Said some things and I got it on. And now my life feels like a sad old country song.
So overall, it was a nice trip to Keller, and I'm posting about a lot of my experiences around Texas, gigging all around, touring all around Texas. So hit that subscribe and the bell button to stay tuned on my YouTube channel. Let me know in the comments where else I should check out. And thanks for checking out this video. I appreciate your support.
At the age of 22, last night I had a dream. The star of the dream was you. Some say I don't know, some say I don't care, but every word we've ever said